The last time a full IPL season was followed immediately by a men's T20 World Cup was back in 2010. It was also the last time the men's T20 World Cup was held in the Caribbean, and it was largely a campaign to forget for India. That's something they want to set right this time. In fact, their overall T20 World Cup track record is something India want to set straight, and the squad that will be assembled to do so in the Caribbean and the USA will be dictated by the events of this IPL. Here are 5 questions that India want answered from IPL 2024 for the T20 World Cup. At number 1, how fit is Hardik Pandya? He hasn't played competitive cricket since injuring himself during the Men's ODI World Cup. The last time he was out on the field was back in October 2023. The last time he played a T20 international for India was all the way back in August, and at that time he was still captain of the team. He now knows that he won't be leading the side for this T20 World Cup with Rohit Sharma being the captain, but he will lead him at Mumbai Indians, and it's not just about the leadership, but most importantly, India need to know if Hardik Pandya is fully fit because he's so essential to the balance. Can he bowl 3 to 4 overs consistently, maintain that fitness and contribute with both bat and ball? Question number 2 is who takes down spin? Spin hitting could be such a vital component for sides to succeed in a World Cup in the Caribbean. Suryakumar Yadav aside, none of the primary batters in the Indian squad are necessarily the most aggressive against spin. Now, this is a role for which they've been trying out individuals in the last few months. Shivam Dube has made quite a mark. He had a successful IPL and he's followed that with good returns for the national side. He will look to continue to cash in against spin, and that overall is an area that the selectors will have a keen eye on through this IPL. Next up, and this is a big one, which keeper makes the cut? So close to the T20 World Cup, India don't have their keeper batter locked in. They've tried 3 different players in the set of T20Is they played after the ODI World Cup. Ritesh Sharma got a fair amount of games. There were some games initially for Ishan Kishan, who at the moment finds himself without a contract altogether, and Sanju Samson also got 1 game. Now, none of these guys have locked themselves in, and you also have Rishabh Pant who's returning. That becomes such a big thing to look out for India. If Rishabh Pant is fit and firing and can prove that fitness over the course of the 2 months of the IPL, you'd imagine he goes straight back up in the pecking order. There is also the possibility of KL Rahul perhaps shifting down the order for Lucknow Super Giants. If he were to have a good season, batting at 4 or 5 while keeping, he makes himself a candidate just the way he had for the ODI World Cup. So lots of potential contenders, but no one has locked a spot, and that is something to keep an eye out for this IPL. Question number 4 is who is the third seamer for India? You'd imagine Mohammad Siraj is likeliest to partner Jasprit Bumrah. Siraj hasn't played a lot of T20Is because he was rested after the ODI World Cup, but he was exceptional bowling in the power play in IPL 2023, so he should be up in the pecking order. But who comes next? Now, India have given a lot of games in the last year or so to Mukesh Kumar and Arshdeep Singh. Both of their economy rates might not read too well, but it's important to note that India have by and large played high-scoring T20Is over the last year, so one of them could be an option. You've also seen Avesh Khan and Prasidh Krishna feature in a handful of games, but Prasidh Krishna is now ruled out of the IPL. And there's also the possibility of someone like Deepak Chahar or Shardul Thakur, both of whom are in CSK, and both of whom have the ability to contribute with bat as well. So from among this mix of pacers, India need to narrow down 1 and at the most 2 for the squad for the World Cup. And finally, which Virat Kohli will we see? He's not played a lot of cricket since the ODI World Cup, just the 2 tests in South Africa, and he played a couple of T20Is against Afghanistan. Now, what was interesting in that series against Afghanistan, only 2 knocks, but he came out batting in a way quite unlike the Kohli we're used to seeing as India's T20I number 3. When it came to the last T20 World Cup, which was in Australia in 2022, Kohli had form concerns, but India backed his ability against pace, and that made him be part of that squad, and he excelled. For West Indies, though, Kohli will have to work on an aspect of his game which has been troublesome, taking down spin. You'd imagine the makeup of 3 of India's top 4 is more or less settled. In Rohit Sharma, the captain, Yashasvi Jaiswal and Suryakumar Yadav. But can Virat Kohli have the kind of season which ensures that he continues to be India's number 3 come the T20 World Cup?